This is your macroeconomic video on problems with CPI. All of the ways that we calculate the various parts of the economy, including inflation, have problems. It's not a perfect way to calculate how much prices are going up, and therefore can lead us to think that the economy is doing better or worse than it really is. One of the first problems with the CPI is related to the market basket. Because the government predetermines how many units they think we're going to buy, sometimes that can be off. As we know, when prices rise, people start looking for substitutes. That is when you purchase one product instead of a different product. And because prices are going up, substitution becomes more common. The problem is that people substitute for one good instead of another. The market basket does not go back and change the quantities that were actually purchased. It keeps the predetermined quantities in the basket, and therefore you're multiplying those quantities by what is now a higher price of those goods, even if Americans did not buy the same amount that the government thought they were going to. So the CPI is missing substitution bias because of the way they fix the market basket of goods. The second thing is introduction of new goods. The very first time something is invented and put onto the market, the government doesn't know how many to predict that people will buy. So therefore, brand new items might not be in the market basket the first 3 months that it hits the market. If you think about lots of technology, like the first time an iPad is invented, I think something in multiple millions were sold in the first 3 months, but that wasn't even in the market basket as a typical item. The other thing that happens when we introduce new goods is if there is a new good and it's in competition with other goods, then that means variety has increased. And that allows you as a customer to more clearly find a product that fits the needs, or it fits the quality and the price that you're willing to pay. Now, this makes each of the dollars that you're spending more valuable to you because you're getting more for your money, or you're getting more of what fits your needs for your money. But of course, the introduction of new goods or the increase in variety is not counted or calculated in any way with CPI. Just a note here, the Consumer Price Index does not include any energy costs. So the price of gasoline, electricity, and natural gas, none of that is included in CPI. Those things are actually included in what's called the Producer Price Index, partially because businesses purchase more of these things than consumers do. Despite the fact that a big increase in your electrical bills, gasoline you put in your car, could have a significant effect on a family, the CPI does not include those. These particular energy prices tend to fluctuate very highly, and you tend to see big swings up and down with energy prices. And the government does not want the CPI to fluctuate that largely. The third problem with the CPI is that it doesn't match or measure quality in any way. So even if the price of a good is the exact same as it was last year, but this year they fixed something or they improved it, the quality of the good is better than it was in the past, then that means the money that you're spending on this is for a better product than it was before. And of course, there's no way to value how much of a quality change there is unless, of course, that's reflected in the price. So CPI also does not measure any quality changes. If you take these various issues with CPI, the Bureau of Labor Statistics believes that we're probably overstating inflation about 0.5 percentage point every year. Now, that's not a big deal, except for we pay out cost of living increases to governmental workers, to payouts of Social Security and Medicare based on CPI, and of course, cost of living adjustments that are tied to laws and budgets of various governments. So if we're actually overstating inflation, we're actually spending more money than is necessary.